In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace and blessings be upon the messenger of Allah and all who seek truth. It may seem to modern minds that Albert Einstein's cosmic religiosity offers the perfect bridge between science and spirituality, a worldview where the awe of cosmic order replaces traditional faith. After all, this revolutionary physicist declared with profound conviction,
I believe in Spinoza's God, who reveals himself in the orderly harmony of what exists, not in a God who concerns himself with the fates and actions of human beings.
He called the sense of cosmic mystery the most beautiful and deepest experience a man can have. This is cosmic religiosity. While dismissing a personal creator, divine scriptures, and life after death as mere childish superstitions. But this is not the case. Beneath its poetic surface, Einstein's framework contains fundamental contradictions that unravel when examined through the lens of modern physics and verified Islamic scholarship. Today we journey deep into this paradox, not to dismiss Einstein's scientific genius, but to reveal why his philosophical conclusions collapse under scrutiny, and how Islam provides a coherent, scientifically robust alternative that satisfies both the intellect and the soul. The composer behind the symphony. Let's begin by unpacking Einstein's core assertion: the divine is synonymous with cosmic harmony itself. He described this as the logical comprehensibility of causal interconnections in the universe, claiming the universe's mathematical elegance is God. But think about this carefully. When we stand beneath a starry sky and feel awe at the cosmos's order, are we encountering the Creator or merely his handiwork? Why does such an ordered cosmos exist at all? Why are its laws not chaotic but exquisitely fine-tuned for life? Why is the universe intelligible to the human mind? Einstein treats cosmic order as a self-evident given, as if the symphony of the stars requires no composer. Modern physics delivers a decisive blow to this worldview. Einstein himself helped pioneer quantum mechanics, yet resisted its implication. His famous resistance to quantum indeterminacy,
God does not play dice,
revealed his deep commitment to a clockwork universe. Yet experiments have proven him wrong. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle demonstrates that at the quantum level, reality is fundamentally probabilistic. It is not that we lack the technology to measure a particle's position and momentum simultaneously, it is that nature itself refuses to allow such precision. This isn't a limitation of instruments, it is a law of existence. Now, imagine two particles born together in a single quantum event, then separated by vast distances, one in Mecca, the other in New York. According to quantum nonlocality, verified through Bell's theorem experiments, measuring the state of one particle instantly determines the state of the other, faster than light could travel between them. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, but it is an experimental fact. If the universe's very foundation is irreducibly uncertain and non-local, how can immanent harmony be divine? How can Spinoza's rigidly deterministic God explain a reality where cause and effect dissolve into probability waves? This brings us to a profound insight from 900 years ago. Imam Al-Ghazali, in the Incoherence of the Philosophers, challenged the very notion of self-sustaining causality. When fire burns cotton, he argued, we mistakenly attribute the burning to fire's nature. But what if Allah withholds the property of combustion? The cotton would not burn, even with fire applied. As Al-Ghazali wrote,
the connection between what is usually believed to be the cause and the effect is not necessary. The true cause is Allah's will.
Einstein commits the same error as the philosophers Al-Ghazali refuted. He mistakes the effect, cosmic order, for the cause. The Qur'an commands us,
He who created the seven heavens one above another. You will see no inconsistency in the creation of the most merciful. So look again. Do you see any breaks?
Quran, chapter 67, verse 3 to 4. But this harmony is shahada, testimony to the Creator's wisdom, not divinity itself. To equate the two is like mistaking a masterpiece painting for the artist's soul. The ethical vacuum of cosmic religiosity. Now, let's examine Einstein's second pillar, scientific knowledge as the highest form of religiosity. He declared that knowledge of universal laws is true religiosity, reducing religion to an intellectual experience of cosmic order. But this framework strips religion of its very essence. True religion is not merely feeling awe, it is submission, Islam, to the divine will. It requires ibadah, worship, like salah, where the body bows in humility before the Creator. It demands personal responsibility, the awareness that we will stand before Allah on the Day of Judgment. It embraces eschatology, where every act of kindness or cruelty carries eternal weight. Without these, what remains is an aesthetic experience, a fleeting emotion, not a transformative relationship with the transcendent. Critically, this reduction leaves ethics hanging in the void. If the universe is merely a self-contained machine with no creator, no judgment day, why is justice objectively good? Why should a scientist sacrifice career security to expose unethical research? Einstein's humanism, his pacifism and moral universalism, floats on unproven assumptions. As philosopher Thomas Nagel observed,
in atheistic naturalism, caring about justice has no absolute grounding. It becomes a mere accident of evolution.
without revelation to anchor morality in divine wisdom, ethics become subjective preferences, like debating whether vanilla or chocolate is truly better. Einstein's prediction of a cosmic religion of the future further exposes this flaw. He envisioned a world religion with no dogma and no God conceived in man's image, yet history has shown the opposite. In an age of scientific triumph, humanity intensifies its search for personal connection with the divine. From the rise of Sufi movements to the global appeal of mindfulness rooted in spirituality, the Quranic truth rings clear.
Every child is born upon fitra, innate recognition of Allah.
Sahih Muslim 2658. The soul yearns for the source behind the harmony, not the harmony alone. The fatal flaw, denying the personal God. This leads us to Einstein's most consequential rejection, a personal God, divine revelation, and life after death. He stated plainly,
I can't conceive of a God who rewards and punishes his creatures. The idea of a personal God is, of course, a childlike one.
But here, he conflates crude anthropomorphism, like a God with human limbs, with all conceptions of divine personhood. Islam rejects the former just as fiercely.
There is nothing like unto him.
Quran chapter 42 verses 11. Yet Allah is not an impersonal force. He is Ar-Rahman, the most gracious, Al-Hakim, the all-wise, personally relational, while transcending all limitations. By denying revelation, Wahi, Einstein assumes human reason is self-sufficient, a dogma unproven by science itself. Science relies on reason, but reason cannot validate its own reliability. As Clive Staples Lewis argued,
If our thoughts are merely chemical reactions, why trust them to discover truth?
worse, rejecting the afterlife empties existence of meaning. Without the day of judgment, why would a scientist risk persecution to defend truth? Why would a doctor work tirelessly to save lives if death is the absolute end? The Quran confronts this void.
Did you think that we created you in play, and that you would not be brought back to us?
Quran chapter 23, verses 115. Einstein's worldview offers no answer, only the cold comfort that knowledge benefits humanity, an abstract concept with no eternal significance. Sacrifice becomes irrational, ethics, a social contract. The empirical failure, how science confirms Islam. Now let's confront the empirical failure of Einstein's predictions. His famous claim,
Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind.
Rests on a fatal confusion of domains. Science investigates how the universe works, mechanisms. Theology asks why it exists, purpose. The God hypothesis doesn't compete with scientific explanations. It addresses questions beyond science's scope. Why is there something rather than nothing? Why are natural laws universal, knowable, and mathematically elegant? Eugene Wigner's unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics. Why do fundamental constants exhibit life-permitting fine-tuning? The last point is irrefutable. Consider the Anthropic Principle. If the strong nuclear force were 0.5% weaker, stars couldn't fuse hydrogen into helium, and the universe would be dark void. If 4% stronger, carbon-based life would be impossible. The gravitational constant must be precise to 1 part in 10 to the power of 60, like hitting a bullseye on an atom-sized target from across the galaxy. The probability of this arising randomly is less than 1 in a trillion. Einstein's framework treats this harmony as a given, but offers no explanation. Meanwhile, the Qur'an states,
You will see no inconsistency in the creation of the Most Merciful.
Quran chapter 67, verses 4. Fine-tuning is not coincidence. It is ayah, sign of purposeful creation. Physicist Fred Hoyle, who predicted the carbon resonance, famously felt that such fine-tuning suggests a super-intellect has guided physics. Islam's holistic alternative, science as worship. This brings us to Islam's holistic alternative, not a rejection of science, but its transcendent integration. For classical Muslim scholars, scientific inquiry was ibadah, worship. Take Ibn al-Haytham, the father of the modern scientific method. In his book of Optics, he begins not with equations, but with taqwa.
I seek truth to find the traces of the Creator.
His experiments tested light's behavior through rigorous hypothesis and verification, not to conquer nature, but to uncover Allah's wisdom. When he discovered that light travels in straight lines, he didn't stop at the fact. He reflected.
This precision reveals the Creator's order.
Similarly, Al-Biruni calculated Earth's circumference to within 1% accuracy while standing on a mountain in India. What drove him? The Quranic verse.
He spread out the earth.
Quran chapter 13, verses 3. For him, measuring Earth size was an act of dhikr, a way to witness Allah's power. This integration crystallizes in the Islamic scientific ethos. Niyah, sincere intention, knowledge pursued for Allah alone, as the Prophet, peace be upon to him, taught.
Actions are judged by intention.
Ilm, systematic knowledge, rigorous methodology, trusting reason as Allah's gifted. Tafakkur, contemplation, reflecting on how discoveries reveal Allah's attribute. Tawakkul, reliance on Allah, recognizing success depends on divine will. Critically, modern science confirms this Islamic perspective. Quantum indeterminacy isn't chaos, it reflects Allah's transcendence.
Allah eliminates what He wills or confirms.
Quran chapter 13, verses 39. The Anthropic Principle's fine-tuning is scientific proof of the Quranic no inconsistency. Even Einstein's own physics, unwittingly, points beyond immanent harmony to a transcendent source. When Nobel laureate Abdus Salam accepted his prize, he didn't thank science, he thanked the Quranic verse that drove his quest.
The Holy Qur'an enjoins us to reflect on the verities of Allah's created laws of nature. Thus, the study of science is a worshipful act.
Conclusion: from harmony to the harmonizer. Thus, Einstein's cosmic religiosity collapses under three fatal flaws. Metaphysical. It reduces the transcendent cause to an immanent effect, cosmic harmony, unable to explain why order exists. Ethical. Without revelation or judgment day, it leaves morality ungrounded, reducing ethics to social convention. empirical. Its predictions failed while science strengthens the metaphysical question it evaded. Islam provides the only coherent alternative, not by rejecting science, but by elevating it into ibadah. The universe is ayat takwiniyah, cosmic signs, complementary to ayat anzaliyah, Quranic verses. Science answers how, revelation answers why, and for what purpose, as the Quran promises.
We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that it is the truth.
Quran chapter 41 verses 53. True science doesn't negate God, it reveals Him. For the scientist who stares at quantum equations and wonders, why is there something rather than nothing? Or the believer who seeks to reconcile faith with reason, this is the path, from immanent harmony to transcendent source. As long as this video exists online, every moment spent reflecting on this truth earns reward by Allah's grace. Click the link in the description to access the full research paper, where we explore how Al-Ghazali's critique of causality dismantles Einstein's determinism, how the Niyya to Tawakkul model solves modern AI ethics dilemmas, and why quantum non-locality affirms Allah's transcendence and join the revival of Tawhid-Centered science. We pray Allah grants us beneficial knowledge, protects us from misleading doubts, and makes us among those who reflect on the creation of the heavens and earth. Quran chapter 3 verses 191, recognizing in every equation and every star the fingerprints of the most merciful. Ameen.